Okay, the next thing I want to talk to you guys about is going to be the widgets. So here we have the widget submenu here on the left-hand side. We're going to click on that and we're going to be brought up to the widgets page. Now, what exactly are widgets? Well, widgets are essentially small custom blocks that you can add in some parts of your website. The location of where you can add the widgets will depend on the theme you're using. With the 2021 theme, we have the footer available where we can add the widgets. Again, this is the additional blocks of content that you see towards the bottom of the page. For example, we can see that in the bottom of the home page, that's where our widgets lie, here in the footer. You can also see in the widget section, if I click this dropdown, that we just have the footer section here. So this is how we can tell, based on the theme we're using, where the widgets lie in our website. So when I hit this dropdown, we can see all the blocks that have been added here in this widget. Now I'm going to click on the list overview to get a better view of all the blocks that are inside here. So I'm going to click on the footer dropdown here, and we can basically see that the footer is composed of groups of content. So in this group, for example, it has recent posts, a heading, and then the actual latest posts. Same thing, it has the recent comments, archives. So here we have recent comments, we have archives, and then we have categories list. Now I can actually go ahead and add my own widgets to this. And the way I do that is just using the Gutenberg editor regularly. So I'm going to add a heading, let's say right here. And the heading is going to say follow our socials, for example. Then I'm going to add another block, and it's going to be the social icons. I'm going to add it beneath the heading. Then I'm going to add just a few social icons. So I'll have the Facebook icon. I'll have the Instagram one, for example. And I'll just have one more, the WhatsApp one. Enter. Now remember, I'm not going to update yet, but in the front end, we can see that this doesn't exist, right? This doesn't exist. And I kind of want it to populate here. So once I've added it here, we're going to click on update, and we should see it in the front end. Refresh the page. Okay, and we see follow our socials and the icons here. So it's not exactly how I want it to look like. And I believe that is because if we open our list view, clicked on drop down here, we can see that it's not in a group. Everything else has been in a group. This has not been a group. So what I'll do is I'll just select both elements that I want to group, click on the triple dots, hit on group, and I'd like to give it a name as well. Rename it to follow us, for example, and I'll click on save. I'll update, I'll go back to the front end, I'll refresh, and we'll see it's exactly how I wanted it to look like. So I've just shown you how we can add widgets here on our theme. Now I've told you previously that depending on the theme, certain customization features are going to be different, including where your menus are going to be, including where your widgets are going to be, and many other things, okay? Including how you can customize the colors, etc. So let me actually take an opportunity to show you that. So I'm going to first show you how it is here. Just take a look at these options. Remember, we've seen everything now together. Remember that menus and widgets are the exact same as what I've shown you. I just showed you in a different interface, but they do the same thing. I can also add widgets here as well, okay? See, I'm in the footer here. I can add it here as well. I don't like the interface here that much. So I prefer the WordPress left-hand menu interface. So I'm going to change to 2020 over here. I'm going to hit on customize, or rather, let me refresh the page so we can see the difference here. Okay, there's been some design changes. You can see that our primary header is up here. Our primary menu is up here. If I scroll down, we have our posts. It's displaying the full posts here. This is our secondary menu here. And then we have our widgets down here as well. We also have this to the top button that wasn't there before. So let's see how it looks like when I click on customize. Okay, so briefly, if I go to colors, we can see that we have this new feature here, the heading and footer background color. Okay, we didn't have that before. The 2021 theme didn't give us that option. We do have that option here. We're just going to leave that as default and go back. Theme options, we didn't have this before. So show search in the header. So that removes the search icon there where people can make a search for some blogs or some posts. Show author bio. See, these options weren't available to us in 2021 theme. We have overlay background color. Okay, if I were to change this to green, for example. Is there any overlays here? I don't think there are. It's just, this is the color used for overlays, okay? The colors used for overlay. Overlay text color, so the color used for the text of the overlay. We don't have any overlays here, okay? But you have this option, whereas we didn't have this option beforehand. Then we have, let's say, background image we've seen, menus we've seen. Your theme can display menus in 5 locations. View all locations. Okay, so we have all of this here. Social menu, footer menu, mobile menu. I'm not sure if we had this in the theme before. Let me see. So this has 5 locations. Let me quickly switch to the 2021 theme. Customize. Menus. Your theme can display menus in 2 locations. See, in this case, we only had a primary menu and a secondary menu. Okay? But if I were to go back, we can see that the locations changed for our menus. Now we have 5 locations where we can place the menus. Okay? Now, I don't mean to show you this to be confusing. I'm using the 2021 theme on purpose because it's a simple theme to use, okay? I just want to make you aware that different themes have different setup options. This is another reason why I like to use Elementor, because we're going to use a very minimal theme that basically can be used for many different types of websites, okay? So we don't become too dependent on the WordPress theme default settings, okay? So what do you do if you want to buy a custom theme? I think I've already shown you this, but just in case, you would go to a website that provides paid themes, okay? So let's say bestseller here. You select the theme you want, okay? You go through the process, you add it to the cart, you buy it, and they're gonna download it. They're gonna give you a zip file. Then what you do is in your themes, you click on add new theme, upload theme, and then upload the zip file. Once you upload the zip file, you go back to themes and it'll appear already here. You just have to activate it. And that's all there is to the appearance section. Stay tuned for the next video where we're going to be talking about plugins. See you there.